fuel and stuff like that, which you'll hear when we're out there. What brings you down here today? Is it a gift, or have you treated yourself?
Oh, it's a gift.
Yeah, it was his 70th birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday. Have you done anything like this before?
No, not at all.
No worries. New experience for you then.
Yeah.
So, keeping your foot on the brake, squeeze it as hard as you possibly can. Go on that brake as hard as possible. You comfortable doing that?
Yep.
Come off the brake, squeeze a little bit of acceleration, and then go back to the brake again. Just familiarising yourself. Do that 2 or 3 times. Good man. Now, as long as you are nice and comfortable with that, your drive, neutral and reverse is all on the stalk on the right hand side, DNR and P.
Right.
Pull that down towards your leg, and that will highlight.
With a foot on the
Yeah, keeping your foot on the brake. It will highlight drive in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
Ready when you are. We're going to just put the hazard lights on this. We'll pop our seatbelt. You got your seatbelt on the back?
Yep.
Got it on here.
But yeah, mate, nice and
We've
comfy.
got any brake to take? Oh,
No, nothing like that whatsoever.
taking up.
We'll just head around this car in front.
Just remember we didn't pay the extra 20 quid, alright, Dad, so on your own.
Where we going? Follow the white one.
No, what we're doing is we're going to take this next right here, up this small ramp. We'll go around the parked cars, and then we'll loop back out because the exit's the other way. But we just got basically a bit of a one-way system going on here where we loop round.
Got no one spot there on that pillar.
Right in the way.
Yeah.
Okay, man, we'll follow it straight down. We'll follow it out. We're going to take this next left, John. The access road we're joining onto has a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, alright? We have to adhere to that limit along here all the time. We've got a couple of under 17-year-olds driving on this road, and then when you'll be thankful to hear though everywhere else we don't have a speed limit. We're heading straight over.
Up this one.
Yeah, good man. We'll just follow the access road down. So remember that 30 limit.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's alright. We'd always, just because the under 17s use it,
Yeah.
so if we're hurling down here at 40, 50 mile an hour in an AMG, they're going to want to do the same. And then the next generation of drivers, so...
Go straight to the end, yeah?
Yeah, please, mate. So we're just going past the North Circuit. The North Circuit we're going to come back to. We're just going past the dynamic area entrance, which is our straight line acceleration zone, and we've got the wet straightener. We're going down to the South Circuit just to get you comfortable. Alright, this circuit's not about going fast or anything. It's just a nice way to dial yourself in and talk about technique a little bit.
There we go. Get left here.
Yeah, please, mate.
Do we signal or not bother?
If anyone's around, we will, but if no one's around, don't worry about it. To be honest. Stay left, stay left, stay left. We'll stop here, we'll stop here. We'll let these guys pass, and then we'll head on to the circuit. Good man, so don't worry about speed, alright? We'll keep a nice big gap from the car in front. Have you ever done any track driving before?
No.
Alright, we're going to start talking a little bit about the basics of technique. It's a nice way for you to experience these high performance cars today, but we need to learn a little bit of the technique to make you be able to control them as such. Feel more comfortable behind the wheel. Do things that will help with that. Eyes are going to be your most powerful tool today. Alright, and what I mean by that is you want to be always looking ahead, never look in front. We can't be lazy, especially when we go onto the other circuit. We have to keep our eyes lifted.
Things come onto you pretty quick.
Say again?
I say things come onto you pretty quick.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
When we go onto the other track, not so much this one, but the other one, we're going to be going a lot faster than this. So therefore, everything comes up so much faster. When everything does come up fast, we actually do the wrong thing. We get into a little bit of a bubble and we look in front of us because it's our safety net. You don't want to do that. You want to be looking through the corners. All right. Now we also want to use the straightest possible route through the corner to make life easier.
We go around here again.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of racing lines?
Yes.
You don't have to be on a racing track to use racing lines because this isn't a racing track. It's a handling circuit, but we're going to use that racing line to help have more balance and control over the car. So, you see that orange cone on the outside?
Yep.
What's that helping you with, do you think?
That's the peak, I suppose, of the bend.
Yeah, exactly. That's your turning in point. So the nose of the car gets close to that orange cone. So on the arrival to the corner, you're on the outside. Go wider. And then when you get to the cone, cut across the corner to the inside. Coming out, go to the outside. Good. Loosen the steering coming out. So orange cone, cut across to the inside, look up and let it flow out. Bingo. Brake on the way in, slow it down. Look across, look up. See how your eyes are looking in front of you. Alright? Trust your eyes that your peripheral vision will deal with what's in front. Alright? Your line of sight looks through now. That's it. Look down the straight. Look over. Look down the straight. Your peripheral vision will take in your surroundings. Brake to the outside cone. Cut across to the inside. Look up at the exit. And then power to the next corner. Have you ever heard of fixed steering inputs?
No.
You're probably going to shoot me for this because all those years you've been driving, this fixed steering input is going to feel very alien. On a circuit, you will never take your hands off the steering wheel, alright? You will never just randomly hold your hands up at the bottom of the bottom wheel, the top of the wheel. In the middle of the steering wheel, alright? Where those paddles are, we're not using the paddles, but where those are, that's where your hands are going to be. So put your thumbs in these grooves. Keep your hands here all the time. Don't shuffle. No shuffling. Keep your hands fixed. This is why you're going to hate me.
Yeah,
This is the tightest corner you'll come across, and this is what we're going to get used to, alright?
You don't cross your arms, not on your driving test.
Nope, but today we will be. Alright? Circuit driving, you'll never see a racing driver take their hands off the steering wheel. It's not needed. Our circuits, yes, are very, very narrow, but you will and you should be able to keep your hands in that position the whole way round. It will give you more finesse and accuracy. You'll notice you can be more accurate with it. Stay to the outside. Alright? As you go down the straight, just keep the car straight. You don't want to add a turn in as you're going down the straight. You want it to be as straight as possible, so stay to the outside. Look across, look at the next corner. Bingo. Go close to that orange cone and then cut across the circuit. Good. Use the space coming out of the corner because it will help you go straighter. Bingo. Coming across to the inside, look at the next corner, go to the outside. Good. Look up, look at the exit. So there, you'll notice you can access it, but it will feel alien.
Yeah.
It will feel horrible because you will never be used to it. But this is where we will have to keep our hands, okay? Good man, I'm just going to do one more warm-up lap. Keep going. Stay to the outside. Braking on the way in. Keep looking at the next corner. That's it. Now, because the next corner, you stay to the outside because you're already ready positioned for it. Braking. Keep looking at the next corner. Bingo, mate. Stay to the outside. Braking on the way in. Look up at the next one. Good. Nice line. Go wider. Then cut across. Good, John. A bit wider on the exit now. Keep that acceleration
That's what
going.
the run-off bit's for.
Yeah, you got
like
it.
a rumble strip.
Keep
yeah.
looking up. Nice job, mate. We're going to be exiting the end of this lap. Alright? The more relaxed you are with your hands in that position, the more fluid they'll be, the easier.
Yeah.
If you try and be too tense, you just physically won't be able to do it.
We're going left off for this one, aren't we?
Yeah, please, mate. And because we're exiting the circuit, your hands can go back to normal. Alright? It's only ever on a track I'll never get you to do that. There you go, mate. We'll turn right out of here.
Turn him right.
Yeah. You'll understand why I get you to keep your hands in that position as the hour goes on. You'll understand it
This
will
is
give you
30 down here, is it?
Yes, that's the one. You'll understand why I'll get you to keep your hands in that position. Alright, as the hour goes on, some of the exercises we've got installed for you, you'll have to basically. We're going to turn left at these blue cones, just here on the left. We're going to stay to the left, John. And then we got the first two cones here on the left side. It says number 1 on the floor. Left, 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 left. Just at these blue cones, we're going to stop at number 1, facing down the straight. Awesome, mate. How you feeling?
Okay.
You're going to hate me for some things I'll get you to do today. It's going to feel very alien.
Yeah.
How many years have you been driving then?
Since 64 I had 2 wheels, and then I think 2 years later 66 I started the car.
Yeah.
So a little while. Yeah.
Best part of 50 odd years then.
Yeah.
Happy days, mate. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at that acceleration and braking now. We've only been in comfort down on the South Circuit. I'm going to pop the car into Sport Plus. In comfort, you're only running on 6 cylinders, not all 8 cylinders. So it shuts 2 of them off to help efficiency.
Okay.
Obviously fuel economy, all that boring stuff that we don't need to worry about today because it's not our car. We're going to go down here as fast as we possibly can, looking at the acceleration, the braking as well. How fast does car stop? How do I brake as a driver? What's the most balance? What's the best control? ABS. You familiar with ABS?
Yeah.
Is ABS the answer to everything? We're going to find that out.
Okay.
All right. We're going to find that out. All right.
ABS, you just slam it on, don't you? And it does like it used to be cadence braking.
Yeah, bingo, mate. It does basic cadence braking
Yeah.
for you. All right. If you think relying on the ABS is the fastest way to stop the car, rely on it. If you don't, try and do what you think is the best way. I'm giving you no technique advice for this first run. I want to see how you use the inputs, use the accelerator, use the brake. Then we can have a chat. Could we do it better, or was that the best?
Well, you would, you know, I mean, if I had a gear stick here and a clutch, you know, you use the engine
gears as
to
well.
brake here as well,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we haven't. So.
No, just a brake for you today. You ready?
Yeah.
We're going to be going until I say brake. The barriers will get close very fast.
Yep.
Just have confidence that I haven't forgotten. All right?
Yeah.
Ready when you are, John. Off we go.
Slam it down.
Keep going.
Go on, keep going. No, keep going.
Oh, sorry.
That's right. We're going to give it another go.
Right. Where do I go now? Around?
Just blue cones. We're going to come back down the X road. Sorry for confusing you. I normally get to that point and say keep going, just so you know that I want you to keep going. Because most people get to about the blue cones and then start to brake.
Don't forget your 30.
Oh, yeah.
It's on it.
Speed cameras down here though. Fine, it's 60 quid.
It's just that if we had an accident along here and we weren't doing 30-hour insurance, actually it's all a bit of a loophole and a bit of a funny one. So, and obviously with the kids driving, we have to be very careful. But thankfully, as soon as we turn into here, this zone, we have no speed limit. Good man, we'll go behind these guys. You'll notice that the four-wheel drive system makes it so easy to get off the line. 577 horsepower, and we just put it down flat straight away. And
Yeah, but it
goes.
started, didn't it? You know, mine would be wheel spinning.
Right. Even a car with just 150, 200 brake horsepower, rear wheel drive, you put your foot flat to the floor, even that would slip. Now, we're going to do that again. Just going to leave it later, okay?
Okay.
Floor it until he says.
When am I giving him?
When they've gone.
Yeah.
As soon as they've gone, we're going to give it a go. Right, off we go.
Okay.
Brake. Keep braking until we stop. Bring it to a complete stop. Bingo. How did that feel?
Okay, I would have, you know, out on the open road, you brake a bit earlier than that. But,
Definitely,
yeah.
mate, definitely. Let's go give it another go. This time on well, I want you to be to a complete stop. The reason we're going to do it to a complete stop is so we've got a reference of, are we stopping quicker? Is our technique of braking making us stop quicker? So basically, you want to be as far away from the barriers. Not as close, as far away from the point I say brake. The further away we can be, the quicker we've stopped, and we can start then developing that. We're going to give it another blast, mate. Build that confidence.
Stop as quick as you can, basically.
Yeah, exactly that. You ready? Ready when you are? We'll go straight away. Brake. Hold the brake until you stop. Bring it to a stop. Good man. Could you stop any quicker than that, do you think?
Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know how hard I was pushing there, but I might have been able to do it a bit quicker. I don't
Definitely
know.
go a lot quicker than that. Alright, only reason I'm saying is because when we get onto the track, we want to know now what the brakes can do, so it doesn't come to a surprise, okay, when we're on the circuit. So we're going to go even harder on the brakes. I want you to start trusting me as well, alright?
Yeah.
You see how you're coming off the throttle a bit early? Stay on full power until you hear my voice say brake, alright? Just so it builds that confidence with the car.
Shout a bit louder.
Yeah, okay.
Where am I going?
Lane number 1 again, we've got to do it again.
Okay.
Just going to, again, build that confidence with that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, speak a bit louder. You should have his hearing aid in, but he's not worn it today.
Okay, no worries.
Tap him on the shoulder.
Okay.
Ready when you are, off we go. Brake. Not bad, lot better. How's that feel?
That was a bit better, yeah.
Feel the ABS kicking in then?
Yep.
It's where the wheels
Yep,
lock
yep,
slightly.
Yep, yep. That's right.
Let's
Yeah.
go round, let's come back down the access road. Right, now to start building your knowledge of your stopping distance and your judgment, halfway down this straight is a yellow box. If you just look over to the left for me, you'll see this yellow box on the floor. In that lane number 1.
Yep. That's it.
I think you might know what I'm about to get you to do. I want you to accelerate towards that box as fast as you possibly can, brake as late as you possibly can, but stop in the box.
Stop in the box.
Yes. This is going to be looking at your judgment and your stopping. So we'll go into lane 1.
So I'm accelerating as hard as I can, and then try and stop the car in that box. I
Yes.
can't remember
Where
how
is the
far
yellow
down it
box?
was.
Is it near the blue
Where is it?
cone?
Is that-
Yeah, so you got 4 blue cones on the left, there's a little gap and it's the last single blue cone. That's where you need to be stopped by.
So, am I accelerating up to the blue cone?
Well, there's no reference of actual braking. It's your judgment from looking for the box.
How, how long's the box?
Just big enough to fit this car inside.
Oh, right, okay. Okay.
You ready?
Oh,
Let's
think
do a
about
practice
this.
run.
Yeah,
Practice
yeah,
run.
okay.
Off we go.
All right. I was looking for it. Yeah, we overshot it.
Just a bit. And you wiped out about another 5 cars as well. I'm just joking. Let's go give it another go. So now you kind of get the gist of where the distance is, etc. Let's go and see if we can build your perception of speed with this car. Now, this is a really, really effective exercise to help us before we go onto the track, because your nose stopping distance, you're actually approaching something. Your brain may go brake now and it may be too early, it may be too late. So you can either reel it back or you can build more knowledge on it. So just back there. Let's go give that another shot. Such a simple exercise, but so tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said that was a good point, it was just too late. Also, have you noticed, because you're braking too late now, look how you use the brake. Have you noticed you naturally go harder on it?
Yeah.
Have you noticed how much more ABS is engaging? It's an instinct. If you think, I want to be stopped there, you go harder. When you actually go into the ABS threshold, you're actually not stopping the car any quicker. Alright? It actually brings on that little bit more of a panic, because it pulses the brakes with that cadence. It pushes you actually further. If you actually get to the threshold of where the ABS, where the wheels are about to lock, and just held it there, you would stop slightly quicker and have more control. But generally speaking, it's just too late with the brakes.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that again, okay?
Okay.
Can you see the box alright?
Now I know what I'm looking for. Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure at the start. With
Yeah,
what I
it's
was
that
looking
last
at.
single blue cone is where the box finishes.
So your nose needs to be up at the cone. The cone is at the front of the car.
And then start braking at the cones.
Don't go beyond the
No,
fourth cone
yeah.
at all.
The 4 cones aren't a braking reference, alright? It's just the last 5th cone is where your nose needs to be by, alright?
Yeah.
There is no actual reference of where you should start braking other than your own judgment. You ready?
Now,
Too hard, that's better. Good. Still a little bit too hard on the brake.
Yeah.
Feel the ABS kicking in again? Not bad though, not bad. Let's head off. We're going to do that one more time,
Okay.
alright? But no help from the sun.
that's why being a bit early is better. Too late.
Yeah, the thing is, this is what I'm trying to just build the knowledge of. Being a little bit more reserved at the beginning, alright, because it gives you time to think. If you're going into the corner, for argument's sake, and you're thinking, whoa, I haven't broken enough, it's too late, you can't do anything about it. You're better off over-braking, and then actually rolling off the brake. Rolling off the brake towards the box. That's what you're going to do on the corner anyway. You're going to use the brake, slow it down, roll off the brake into the corner. You don't want to arrive at the corner thinking, sugar, I need to go harder. It's too late, you're not going to be able to go harder. One more attempt.
Okay.
Then we're going to move on, mate, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Not bad.
I weren't braking as slamming it down as hard that
Yeah,
time.
you definitely
Yeah.
need to
Yeah,
have
yeah,
that
yeah.
cushion of
I
being
can see it
reserved
coming
though.
up. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the balance of the car is so much nicer.
Yeah.
Bingo, mate, that was mega.
Are you saying don't absolutely smash it on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you be a little
more
bit
progressive.
Progressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
70% of your braking is done on the front wheels.
Yeah.
Only 30% is done on the rear.
Yeah.
If you slam on the brakes, you lock the wheels pretty much instantly
Yeah.
because the weight and the amount of pressure isn't balanced out. You have to progressively apply the brake to load the weight over the front axle.
Right, okay.
It pushes it into the ground, therefore you can
So
get
that's a useful
harder.
thing to bear in mind for everyday driving, right?
Yeah, you don't need to stamp
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Squeeze on that brake
You're
and
going
then
straight
get
on here,
harder.
are we?
Yeah, actually what we're going to do is we're going to take the next left where the blue cones are, but instead of coming to the dynamic area, we're going to go to the wet straight.
Ah, okay.
Have you had many encounters on ice? Snow and ice?
One or two over the years, yeah.
Yeah.
Not often. You know, we don't have it often, do we?
We have rarely have it over here. Just where this box is in the middle, we're going to stop at this box. Now I'm going to set the car's limiter on to 35 miles an hour. You're about to experience ABS to its full potential, to its most dramatic phase, because it's black ice, there's no grip underneath the wheels. It's going to be a pain. You see on the right hand side, it says
These?
third button. Yeah, those buttons you have on
Off.
the side there. Yeah, if you push that,
P off.
yeah, turn the parking sensors off. So what you'll find is 35 miles an hour, you're going to feel ABS to its most dramatic phase. With no grip underneath the car whatsoever. You're going to go down here at 35, the car's limited anyways. As long as you don't put your foot flat to the floor, you won't go over 35, sorry. If you put your foot flat to the floor though, you will go over 35.
So I'm going between the...
Yep, you're just going between the blue
blue
cones in the
cones.
middle lane. This is a simulation of black ice, this surface. It's a
Okay.
special Avatel paint. We've lettered, then obviously with the sprinklers adding the water, it is so slippy. At 35 miles an hour, I'm going to shout brake. You're going to hit the brakes as hard as you can. At that point, you hit the brakes as hard as you can. I want both hands off of the steering wheel. Let go of the steering
Off the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Off we go.
Well, I'm driving down here. Oh,
Yeah,
well, so
yeah.
we limit it to 35.
Yeah. So you'll feel the limiter coming. So accelerate a bit harder. There, and then you'll feel the limiter. Keep looking up. Hard brake, hands off the steering wheel. Even at 35, look at the distance it takes.
Yeah. You feel the...
Yeah, feel it fighting against you, the feedback.
Yeah.
Now, that surface there is simulating black ice.
Okay.
We're about to experience that now in another spectrum. So you just felt that under braking. We're going to go to the wet circle now with the same surface and start learning a bit about oversteer and understeer.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to force the car to go into those situations. Something we can never really practice on the roads, unless we find a big open car park.
How do we get in? Straight across?
Straight across, just where the double white line is on the floor. We're going to stop at that double white line. Just here, good man. We have 3 lanes. Have you done any skid pan driving or anything like that? Or
Only as a passenger.
yeah, okay then. Understeer, do you know what understeer is?
I'm never too sure about under and oversteering.
Good man, okay then.
Yeah.
Under's always the front, over's always the rear.
Okay.
Alright, so always remember under, over. So understeer is obviously front wheels losing grip, oversteer being the rear. We're going to experience both of those. Oversteer is a lot harder to experience in this car because it's 4-wheel drive. It's trying to generate as much grip as it possibly can, not lose grip.
Yeah.
These boys in the rear wheel drive platforms, they just hit the throttle and the thing wants to swap ends on them.
Yeah.
When we go out here, understeer we'll look at first, and then we'll go and try and force this car to go into oversteer, alright, which is going to feel horrible. Now, when these guys come past, we're allowed 2 cars on here at one time, so we will actually join them. If they stop or spin, we will have to stop, okay, just so it keeps a nice big space in.
We going now? Oh.
Yeah.
Is that just normal water or is it like soapy water?
No, it's like the surface we've just been on. It's a special paint.
But it's the paint that does
Yeah,
it.
we've put an Avatel resin on top of the tarmac, which gives it that very slick look. The sprinklers just add for the effect and make it consistent.
Are we going?
Yeah, we'll head on. So when we head in here on the left, you'll see the 3 lanes we've got: the outside lane, the middle, and the inside. This middle lane, which is situated between the 2 white lines, when these guys get further ahead, we're going to start getting the car to go into understeer. We're going to gradually increase the speed. We'll slow it down a little. We'll let them get a lot further, otherwise we're going to catch them.
Yeah.
We're just going to be driving around, getting faster and faster and faster and faster until the car completely loses grip. I want to see how you react to that point. If we stop there for a second, go on the brakes. That's it, we'll let them come round to our 6 o'clock nearly. Right, John, ready when you are, mate. We'll start gradually increasing the speed. That's it.
Hello, Anthony. Have you got any
Keep
TA
looking round the
for,
circle. Just getting
Railway
quicker.
Track?
Keep going round, getting quicker, quicker. Keep going round. Go tighter to the inside for me, just where the white line is on the right. That's it. Now quicker. Keep going faster. Keep going faster. Keep going faster. Keep turning. Keep faster. 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 stop there. We'll stop, we'll stop, we'll stop, we'll stop, we'll stop, we'll stop, we'll stop.
Is that braking for me then?
I broke for you.
Oh.
Oh, have you got the thingies in there?
Dual
It's a
controls,
special
yeah.
adaptive one, is it?
Yeah, they're basically linked together.
I suppose it makes sense.
This is why, because they're doing rear-wheel drive exercises with the four-wheel drive platform, we catch them so fast, because they're doing it about 15 mile an hour, we're over 30. Have you experienced much oversteer before, John?
No.
Not so much, no. What about understeer?
I not a lot of either.
Let's have a play with it, mate. Right, ready when you are, let's go now. So, try and hold that white line on the inside, and you're getting faster and faster until you feel the car lose grip. If it's not losing grip, go faster. Now faster. Faster. Keep going faster. And then we'll stop here.
So he's spinning there.
Good man. Now, feel the front washing away.
Yeah.
What's two things that will make that understeer worse?
By continuing to tightening yeah. So you've got to have your wheels out there, steer into the skid. And
Well, no,
until
don't
you
mistake an
grip.
understeer for oversteer. You don't want to turn more. If it was oversteer, you'd steer into the skid. But this actually eliminate a little bit of steering lock. If not, just keep the steering where it's at.
Are we all right? Or
Ready
shall I
when you
take
are. Let's
off?
give it another go. Don't go more steering. Just use the throttle to control it. So at that point you feel the understeer occurring, just ease the throttle back, and it will stop you from pushing further. More power will send you wider. Keep going. A little bit quicker now. A little bit quicker. A little bit quicker. Add more power. Add more power. Add more power. Add more power now. Add more power. Now come off the power. Good man. How did that feel?
Okay.
Feel the front go and then the rear start to come round.
Yeah.
Always
So
remember,
I felt in control.
never ever go more steering and never go more power. At the point it starts to wash away in the front, ease off both those. Now that ESP, we're going to start turning it off now. Alright, so traction control.
Which one's yours?
No, it's just down here.
Oh,
mate.
right, okay.
It's on at the minute.
Right.
Let's experience what that's doing for you. I'm going to tell you in a second to go full power. You're going to go on the full power, you're going to hold it for a second, and then you're going to come off the power. Okay?
Mhm.
Full power. Off the power. See how easy that is?
Yep.
Slow it down, we're going to do that again. Just hold that full power for a split second. Go, full power. Then off the power. Bingo. I'm going to turn that traction control half off. Pushing the sport button, which is the ESP, pushing it once, it comes up sport handling mode. It's going to feel looser. Do it again for me. Full power. Bingo. And then we'll slow it down. So see how it's a little bit loose with the chassis. Slow it down. I'm going to hold the ESP button for 3 seconds. Your ESP is gone completely now. If you feel the revs and the wheels spinning loads, just come off the throttle. Okay, come off the accelerator. Full power. Off the power. See the difference?
Yeah.
So without that electronics
completely,
helping you now, now there was the point, as it started to go sideways, you wanted to steer into that skid.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. More it goes sideways, more you steer. You ready? Power. Slow it down, slow it down. Do it slow speed. Stop there now. Power. And see? What you'll find. Now, if the car is pointing straight, with the way the four-wheel drive is working, all four wheels are losing grip. So the car doesn't generate only the rear wheels losing grip. That's what makes you go sideways. So the whole car is lifting off the surface and skidding diagonally. If we were turning though, it would go more sideways. So go down to about 5 miles an hour. What I'm going to get you to do is turn left, then turn right. When you turn left and then turn right, it's moving the car's weight. So you're turning left, then right. When you turn left, you're going to hit the power and the car is going to rotate and go sideways.
When I turn, which way?
So when you turn left,
left.
it's just to push the weight.
Hit the power.
No. When you turn left, it's just to push the weight. It's when you turn right, it's forcing the weight from one direction to the other more aggressively. And then when you turn right, that's when you hit the power. Alright? See how that feels. Slow down, slow down. Alright, so we just hit the throttle then. Let's get past this section here because it's a little bit grippier than normal. Then we're going to start at 5 miles an hour. This is really hard with this car because you notice it doesn't really want to go sideways very easy. This is why we've got to move the weight around a little bit, force the car. So 5 miles an hour. Good, turn left. Good, now sharp right and full power, go. Ease the throttle, ease the throttle. And then slow down. And go.
Is that alright?
So see how the generation of moving the weight around, it rotates so much easier instead of just pointing and squirting. The whole car just loses grip. With this now, it's the weight, it's just forcing it round.
Right. Yeah.
Good man, let's move it forward. Let's go left. Nice and steady. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Left. Left. Sharp right. Full power. Slow it down, slow it down. Let's throttle. Man, right, let's give it another go. We just run out a bit of space on the rear axle. That's why I told you to come off the throttle. Let's get round this section just because it grips up. It'll be so much easier for you when we get to the other section. Now, what I want you to also try and focus on is once you force the car sideways, try not keeping your foot flat on the accelerator. Balance the revs. Bring the rev range down a little bit so it's not revving like crazy. Good. Go left. Sharper left. Sharp right. Power. Not bad. Slow it down. Let's give it another go, mate. That's it. Come left. Slow it down. Slow. Whoa. Too early on the power. It's picking up speed. Slow down. Left, sharp right, power. Not hard enough, not hard enough. So it's a bit too gentle to break grip. It gripped up too much. So see how hard it is?
Yeah.
If this was a rear-wheel drive car, all you need to do is just hit the throttle and it wants to swap ends. This, you've really got to kind of find that sweet spot of forcing it. Just 5 miles an hour. Good, move the car to the left now. And it's going to be a sharp right. Go left, wait for it, sharp right. Too early on the power. Alright, wait for longer to go on the accelerator. Left, right, wait, power. So if you notice you're only turning a little bit, that means you're only going to get a little bit of angle. The first time you did this when you got a big bit of angle, you turned quite a lot. Alright, so slow it down a little bit more. Let's just give that one more try. 5 mile an hour. Sharp left. Whoa. See how you're speeding up already? Yeah. The reason we're at 5 miles an hour is we'll just get thrown to the outside with too much momentum. Okay. We don't apply the power until we've turned enough to the right, okay? So just 5 miles an hour, that's it. Go left, go right. Go. Right, we'll exit this lap anyways.
Okay. Off here?
Yeah. Good man. Just with something like that, to get a bit more angle, you just got to use that little bit more steering lock. Where we're only using a little bit, it's not really rotating enough. Good man. And then we'll take a left out of here. We're going to follow it down the access road. Feeling queasy in the back, yeah?
Yeah.
You feeling a little bit queasy? No, you're alright, yeah? Yeah, with something like that, to get more angle, like you did the first time, you actually used a lot more steering lock when you come right, which rotated the rear round. If you're only using a little bit, you haven't got a lot of angle, therefore it won't go sideways. We'll turn left here, John. Just where the double white line is on the floor, we're going to stop just at this double white line here. We'll stop. Just at this white line we've got on the floor. The reason we can't go straight onto the circuit, just make sure we're clear. Now, when we go out onto the circuit, you've got nearly 600 horsepower. It is physically impossible to go loads of acceleration at once. Also, mid-corner when the car's under load, if you jump and stab at the throttle, it will want to try and snap on you. Especially with it being wet today, always every time you touch the accelerator, it's a squeezing motion. Never get impatient. You're only going to be full power once, to be honest, and that's down the back straight because it's too wet today. Let's head on, mate. Let's head on. Tyres aren't going to have much temperature in them at all neither, because we've just been on the wet facilities. Even though we're spinning the wheels, there's no friction. They're not generating heat because it's on top of the Avitol resin. Man, first few laps, get a nice feel for it. Pop our thumbs, you've got it in those grooves. Your eyes are the most important thing. Your hands and feet work together. When you come out of the corner, you're applying the throttle with the hands loosening, getting straighter. Brake on the way into the corners, look up where you want to go, and then squeeze that acceleration through. Now Now a long corner like this, you can hold the power and just balance the car like you are there. It stays nice and smooth. And then you increase it coming out. Use that space over to the left, stay to the left. Good, because it's a right-hander coming up. Brake on the way in towards the cone on the left, look across the corner and look up on the exit and squeeze the power coming out. To the outside to straighten the steering, cut across and aim for the orange cone, brake in, and then cut back to the inside going through. Nice, mate. Aim for the inside here. Now this one, we stay left, stay tighter. Keep looking through. Never be tense with your hands, be as relaxed as possible. Squeeze the power coming out. Stay to the outside. Braking on the way in. Keep looking at the next corner. Good, John. Keep going, mate. Hold the inside line. Look up at the exit. Squeeze the power. Keep going. Braking on the way in. Look up at the exit. Nice. Come to the outside on the exit. Hold the power through. Balancing the car. A little bit more power. Bit more. Over to the left. Full power. Hard braking. Hold that brake. Now come off the brake. Squeeze the power through. Keep going, John. Keep going. Brake towards that cone on the outside. Braking. Because it's going to tighten up. That's why you want to carry the brake in on the way into the corner. If you try and carry too much speed in, you won't be able to get back to the second part. Keep looking through. Squeeze the power now. Keep looking at the next corner. Keep looking through, mate. How's the car feeling, alright?
Yeah.
Squeeze. Get that hard braking. Keep looking at the exit. That's it, mate. Build the power gradually. Like a sponge, you're squeezing it. Keep it on. A little bit more. Little bit more. Stay to the left. Hard braking. Keep looking up. Squeeze the power coming out. A little bit more power, a little bit more. Braking towards the cone on the outside. Looking up. Good man. Keep tight to the inside. You are with your hands and feet, the more fluid there will be. As soon as you tense up, that's when you'll struggle with the inputs. Squeeze. The car will only shock you if you shock it by stamping on something. So squeeze. A little bit more power now. Hold the power on. Hold it on. A little bit more. Come wider. Try and never be on and on the power. So you know it's coming onto the straight, it's a little bit on and off the throttle. Yeah. Don't be on and off of it. If you don't want to go more and you don't want to go less, just hold your foot, balance it. Alright, it will keep the car flat and level. You get into a seesaw motion when you're on and off the throttle, which is actually at higher risk of losing grip. Keep going, mate. Keep the eyes up. As soon as your eyes drop, you'll be offline. Brake in, look up. Don't get into this habit of on and off the power, alright? Keep going, hold the power on. That's better. Hard brake. Look through. Wide on the exit, hold the power on. A little bit more now, keep building it. Going more, going wider. Full power. Good, John, keep going, mate. Keep those eyes where you're going next, so through it. That's better. Keep looking through the corner. Braking the way and settling down. Look at the inside apex you're touching there. So tight to that one. Tight to this one here. Be patient for the exit. Then use the space coming out. Look at the next corner. Brake hard. Slow it right down, tight to the inside. Now as you come out of the corner, let it go wide, hold it out wide, and then coming back across. More power. Use all of that space now, wide. off the brake, look up, power, power, power. So your eyes are too low. Good, John, keep looking up. Look through the windows. Use the side windows to help you. That's how far ahead you want to be looking. Keep looking. That's better. Good man. Right, we'll exit this lap, John. We'll go give it a quick cool off. Get a chance of a quick rest quickly. We'll turn left. We're going to give it a run down the access road, keeping the airflow going to the car. Pop it into comfort mode. How you feeling?
Okay.
Not bad?
Ah, good.
Easy, mate, easy. Are you in the back?
Yeah, fine.
It's just now slickening out the eyes. You'll notice as soon as you drop the eyes, you'll be slightly offline, you'll be positioned slightly wrong for the next corner, something like that. As soon as your eyes are up, it's easy, because you're ready for it.
Yeah, you got to do it a few times, haven't you?
Oh, 100%. We're all, do you know what's...
Going this way.
It's been like when I did my
Come back.
CBT.
Turn around here, turn around.
Oh, well, I'm back the same way. Okay.
Say again, sorry?
When I was on my moped, I did my CBT, this is years ago, but they tell you to steer with your eyes. You don't look at the road in front of you, you basically like that, and you're actually turning with your head.
Yeah, mate,
Rather
it's the
than-
same with track driving. If you don't look where you want to go, you will not go there.
Uh-huh.
You'll be looking at the grass because you don't want to touch the grass. You will touch the grass.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy, but you have to trust your spatial awareness and your peripheral so much more than you actually think. We'll turn left into it.
We did,
We're going to go lane number 3.
we were out in Spain and we did the go-karts.
Yes.
They're quite potent.
We'll go lane 3, lane 3.
Oh, sorry. But we had quite a few laps, and in the end we were drifting around the corners, which was quite an experience.
As I say, with this sort of stuff, if you've never done a lot of it before, road driving has ruined everybody. The reason it has is because going 30 miles an hour, where are you going to look? The bumper in front of you. Right? Because anybody that tells me they look 5 cars ahead every time they're on the motorway, every single day, they're lying, because you go into autopilot. As soon as you go into autopilot, your vision just looks in front.
That's right, tunnel.
So therefore everything gets blurred out around other than what's just at the end of your bonnet. And then when we're on track, we go into habits, and those habits are vision of looking down. Where when you're coming into a right-hander, you're not looking at that orange cone, you're looking at the apex. So as you arrive at the corner, you're like, now I can turn in, and your eyes will just take you there like it's a nice smooth glide. You'll notice when someone's lazy with their eyes because they'll turn too late, or they'll miss the apex, or it will feel rushed. You can see the way they turn is because what's happened is they're looking at the outside, they get to the corner and go, I need to be there, and then they'll quickly turn because it's all come up too fast. The eyes just guide everything, like you say. Being on a bike, it's quite important as well.
Yeah.
Now, this next exercise will help develop those. It's like a train track theory, looking as far ahead down the train tracks and using your peripheral vision. That's what we're going to be doing with this slalom exercise. The car's going to be limited to 30 miles an hour, so as long as you don't put your foot flat to the floor like before, it won't go over 30. Yellow discs on the white line on the left.
Yeah, see those, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
man.
going in and out.
In and out, mate. Easy as that. You're not looking at the gap you're approaching. You're looking at the gap you're going after that.
Right.
Looking always 1 or 2 ahead. All right? Should we give that a go?
Right.
Pop your thumbs in those grooves. Easy. This will help with the change of direction. Try not hitting any of them. Get away from them. Good. Maintain the speed. Looking up at the next ones ahead. Nice. Another go, okay?
Got to go back.
Yeah,
around.
we'll turn left here, we're going to come back down. Use just a tiny bit more acceleration. The speed was only about 26 mile an hour. Alright, so if
we're
we
watching that.
No, don't worry about that. As long as you're about 3/4 throttle, like you are there, you don't need to focus on it. It will get there for you, nice and easy. Good man. What we're going to do, one more practice run, then we're going to go even faster. When we're going to go even faster, that's when we're going to be looking if you're looking ahead, because it comes up so much quicker. Ready when you are? Go straight away. Good. No, hit any of them, swooping through. Keep looking up. Too narrow. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. More angle. Turn more. Swoop. Swoop. That's it. Use that steering. Bingo, mate.
There we go.
Alright.
Right.
At the moment at this speed, it's actually easy. Alright, so our eyes, that showed then how we're a bit like, where should we look? Okay? Don't be afraid to use the car to steer. Here, this is why we have to keep our hands fixed, to get that fast rotation. You won't be able to shuffle the wheel that quick, all right? And your hands will be all over the shot if you tried. Here, you can just use the rotation of your hands being fixed and really swoop in. We're going to do it, but we're going to do it at 35. At 35 is easily doable, all right? So let's try and see if we can give it a shot. Off we go. Looking at the gap in front, look at the next gap. Too narrow, too narrow. Hitting all of them. A little bit better at the end.
Yeah.
Alright. What's making you hit them at the beginning?
I'm not sure.
Where was you looking when you was going towards that first one?
Probably at the one I was going past, not looking far enough.
Do you know where
ahead.
you was looking? You was
No.
looking at the disc. Do you know how I know you was looking at the disc? Because you were driving
Pushing
straight
to the
for
head.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
As you come towards the spacing, instead of getting being in one of the lanes and getting ready for it, you was going towards it. So where the disc is, instead of approaching it at an angle, you was approaching directly at it.
Okay.
So when you got it, you was not angled to swoop through it. That's why you hit all of them then. So if we stop here, we'll stop. We won't go into it. You looked at that disc, and instead of staying in this lane to then cut
Turning,
in,
yeah.
you just drove at it from here.
Right.
All right. Don't look at the disc. Look at the gap you're driving through. All right. Let's go again. Hands. Not turning enough. That's better. Relax the body so you can turn more. Not turning enough for that first one again, so it's going to make these ones harder.
Yeah.
All right. So first few, you get to there and turn no more. You've got all of that.
Yeah.
All right. You see how it's quite tricky
But
though?
it's because of your thumbs, I'm not sliding in the wheel, you know, rather than turning it. I'm used to that. I'm not used to gripping the wheel.
But one thing, you don't have to grip it tight. You can actually hold it with just 2 fingers. Alright? Because when you get to that point, these 3 fingers will not be able to grip onto it. You will not be able to get to that point. So in theory, you will only be holding it with 2. This is actually easier doing this exercise with that fixed position than just one hand and shuffling, etc. This is where you have that best control.
Just a
Alright?
question, is he better off going around that cone from the right? Because he goes to the left for some
Well,
reason.
I did, but just to get more in, that's all.
Like that first cone, he needs to be coming from it from the right hand side.
Yeah, it just means
Does that help?
It just means like if you are going to go to the left, get ready a bit earlier. But put your thumbs in those grooves, stay on the brake, turn right. See that? Bingo. See
Yeah.
when you got to there?
Yeah.
See what you did? I said turn right, you got to that point. That's all you're turning when you go through the slalom. Alright? So that shows straight away. When I said turn right, it went boom. And that's all you went, because that's all you're using. You're not going to get through it at that speed. Yeah, if you did 25 mile an hour, it probably would be easy. But this higher speed, you've got to use that steering. So turn right,
Yeah.
you'll never need to go more than that right there.
Okay.
Stay nice and relaxed, go back the other way. Don't tense, don't tense. Relax the hands off. Back the other way. Good. Keep doing that 2 or 3 times. That's it, look how relaxed that is. Bingo. Back the other way, bingo. Bingo. As soon as you try and tense and hold the steering wheel, you won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
So just be more relaxed with it. Should we give it another shot?
Yep.
One more go, okay?
Am I clear?
We'll wait for these guys. As soon as they're gone, you're going to be clear, mate, okay? Told you wouldn't like me today. What I'd get you to do. Right, John, ready when you are. Off we go. Don't be tense with the arms. Relaxed. Use the steering. Use the steering flowing in. See that?
Yeah.
Alright, at the beginning, it was like, oh, I need to use more.
Yeah.
You went back into the habit of only using that little bit.
Yeah.
But as soon as you use the steering lock, it just flows through, mate. Just
Yeah.
flows through. Easy
Yeah.
as that, dude.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do on the track as well now, okay? So we go
Okay.
back to the track, just be a bit more nimble with it. As soon as you tense up, your whole range of movement gets restricted. Alright. Let's go do a few more laps.
I'll give you a massage from the back, Dad. I'll rub your shoulders and rub your head, yeah?
Doesn't the seat do it for me?
Oh, unfortunately not in this car. We'll take the right into here, John. Just at the double white line, we'll stop at the double white line.
Yeah,
Yeah, if we had the S-Class, it's got massage seats for you. But unfortunately, yeah, for this model. We haven't got
We
it.
got an S63 here.
Yeah.
What are they like to actually rag around? Is it just not the same? It hasn't got the sporty ability.
No, it's like the ABC, the active body control, is completely different. So this has got AMG ride control, which is a lot harder ride. That's got ABC, which is active body control. It's got a curve function, which it curves you through the corners, all for comfort.
It's a touring car, isn't it? It's just not.
Yes, we're head on. It's for your country cruiser, of having the power to enjoy, but to cruise.
Yeah, right.
It's so silent in the cab as well, which is
Sophisticated burglar.
You can't turn traction control fully off with it neither. You can only turn traction half off, because someone like that, they're not going to be turning the traction fully off.
No.
Get those hands, John. Good. Keep looking up. Use that steering lock. Good man. There we go. Keep the flow. Keep the power. Nice. Keep looking through the corner. Keep the flow. Keep the acceleration now through. Keep the eyes up. Where are you going next? Look through. Look through. Look through. That's it. Like you picked up your head there.
Barrier repairs. That's between junction
That's
22 for
brake a
London
little bit for you
Colney.
there. That corner you have to brake on the way into that one.
We're stopping behind
No,
these guys.
We'll go past them both. Good man, John. Keep going, dude. Keep looking up. And squeeze the power. Firm brake on the way in. Relax, turn fluidly with the steering. And squeeze the power. There it is, mate. Hold the power now. Good, John. A little bit more now for it. Keep looking up. Squeeze that power now. Good. Braking on the way in. Let it settle and use the side windows for how far around you're going. Look, turn more, turn more, turn. So see there, you've got to that same habit again where you only got a little bit out of it. Use that a little bit more. You'll be able to dig the nose in and generate more grip there, etc. If you only use that halfway point, the car's not going to rotate easy enough through the corner. Harder brake. Use more steering. Good man. Nice. Keep going. Wider. Off we go, mate. Nice job. Keep going, dude. Carry the brake on the way in just to settle the speed. Now use the windows again. Keep turning. Now you want to stay tight to this white line on the inside. Forgot to brake. Stop. So if you go into the corner too fast, like you did, you tried to pick up the throttle then, worst thing you can do. It's just going to push you wider. Keep looking through. Build the speed now. Squeeze. That's it. Be fluid. Don't grip. Nice. There it is. Looking through the corner.
Nice one.
Keep looking around, be patient with it. That's it. Power, then brake. Brake a little bit late. Felt that?
Yeah.
Right, John, we'll exit this lap, mate. Easy, right? We'll turn left.
It could be eventually, yeah.
Just going to give the car a quick cool down. Cruise down the access road, mate.
What would happen if you just kept doing that for an hour solid, just ragging the crap out of it around the track like that?
Fine, they can take it. They've all got, to be fair, the only cooling down I'm giving is not the engine but the brakes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So the cooling press, because they've got fans and stuff like that nowadays, they're pretty
Wanna get
robust.
off here?
No, we're gonna just doing a run down the access road. We're actually these white lines here in front. We're gonna come back on ourselves
Okay.
just here. No, it's just the brakes. We give a chance to have a quick rest. Obviously, because it's a near 2-ton car, it goes for a lot of pressure. So obviously slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, using the brakes so much, it just generates so much heat. If we pulled off and just stopped, it gets hotter and hotter before it starts to cool down.
Oh right.
Where we
Okay.
just do a run down here, not touching the brakes, keeps the airflow to them, cools them for a split second. So then when we stop, they won't generate more heat.
Oh right, fair enough.
To be fair, this time of year, it's not so much of an issue. In the summer, we actually have them setting on fire sometimes.
Really?
In the summer, yeah.
Are these carbon ceramic?
No, just
It's
standard
not an S?
steels. No. So just standard steels.
What is the difference other than the fact that one's more expensive than the other?
One of them's got an electronic diff over a mechanical diff.
Yeah.
Where we go?
We'll go straight over, mate. We'll head back to the building. This one is they also got a little bit more power.
No, but just just in the disc brakes, the carbon ceramic disc brakes, what difference?
Oh,
do
the
they
carbon
make?
ceramics. Oh, at heat, at generation, at higher
Dissipates heat.
temperatures, they work better at higher temperatures.
Yeah.
So for round the door driving, it's a horrible feeling. We'll go left lane, mate. But yeah, at higher temperatures they work better. So with standard steel brakes, if you did that on a huge circuit, like a big GP circuit like Silverstone, after probably about 15 minutes you start getting a bit of brake fade, a bit spongy, pedal gets a bit long.
Because they're too hot.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Where obviously with the carbon ceramics, that's where they work at their best. They actually get better feel the hotter they get.
Where are we going now?
We're going to
You
pull
want the
into
white one?
any one of these
Or nose
ways.
in?
Just yeah, please.
Well, good, Jack.
Bonds,
Enjoyed that.
Bit of a different birthday present for you, that one, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Awesome, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll get